welcome to Body Geeks episode 5. And it's going to be a solo cast because Mason was busy and I'm committed to this. I want to make sure that I'm giving you at least one episode per week. Fortunately for me, there's plenty of things I could talk about. So I'm going to try to keep this as entertaining for you as possible while doing a solo cast. All right. So little updates on my world. I've heard back from some of the job interviews that I've had, and nothing has been confirmed yet, but I'm definitely in the running for a position. So we'll stay tuned for that. In other news, it's got really difficult because Becca walked in the room. So she's sitting here watching me talk to myself. I need the light. All right, thank you. Yeah, so I also did something big, or something that I'm actually excited about. And I said that I would never purchase a new vehicle like in my life because of the depreciation that occurs immediately after purchase. A lot of times you buy a vehicle and you lose money as soon as you drive it off the lot. You've probably heard that before. So I was looking for a mid-sized truck. It's like a Toyota Tacoma or a Honda Ridgeline or a Chevy Colorado or something like that. I needed something that was going to be able to hold the family, need something that was going to get decent gas mileage. But most importantly for me, I needed something to haul motorcycles, as well as provide four-wheel drive for when I go snowboarding. So my little Corolla that I had, which I loved, got great gas mileage, was cheap. It just wasn't going to cut it anymore. So I started shopping and talking to my car guy, and spent like a month trying to find the right deal. I think it ended up being almost 6 weeks. And I was able to get into a 2021 Tacoma, their trail edition, which has some cool features, for a good price. I got it below market value, fit my budget, fit my monthly. And with it being a Tacoma, they have a real high resale value, and they're probably one of the most reliable vehicles on the road. So I justified the expense. And fortunately, I don't have any pictures to show you because there's nothing on my computer, and I didn't post on social media because I'm a little private like that. But I'm pumped for that. So with regards to racing motorcycles again, I haven't done it since I was like 15. So it's been like 18 years since I've raced a motorcycle, right? But I've been into flat track racing, flat track motorcycle racing, and in particular the vintage classes, which is just call them old bikes, old race bikes. So it's kind of more of a hobby than, I'm not trying to be a professional motorcycle racer or anything like that. Certain amount of danger to it, but that's what makes it fun. But not near as much as if I was, say, trying to run with the modern open guys or whatever. But anyways, with the addition of this vehicle, all I have to purchase next is a helmet, which I don't skimp on helmets. This is important. So I'm not going to risk that with some cheap helmet. And once I get that, I will have my race program ready. I have a running motorcycle, got a vehicle to haul it in, got all the protective gear, got all the tools, got everything going. It's been a long time coming. If you've listened to the other episodes, gone through some stuff, personally, financially, just life's great, but I wanted to do this a lot sooner. I think, if you're still tuned into this, you haven't clicked out yet because you're like, the hell are you talking about, Brandon? I'm here for fitness. Why are you talking about motorcycles and buying a new truck, right? But my dad was the one that got me into this back in the day. And as I've mentioned in this podcast, for those of you that follow my social media, for those of you that know me, my dad passed away last year. And this was something that I wanted to do with him. It was an idea I had that I wanted to race motorcycles again, so I could raise my kid Riley, or future kids, to enjoy that. Because looking back at my childhood, it was some of the best memories that I had, was being at the racetrack and working on bikes and racing them and stuff. It's a lot of fun. So fortunately, before my dad passed, I was able to take him to several races, a few of them that were professional races, and we were talking about it and excited about it again. And he was following what I was doing, trying to get my own race program back together. And unfortunately, he passed before he could participate with me again. But I told myself I was still going to go through with it. I'm still going to raise my kids with it. and give them the same type of enjoyment that he gave me. So, I always try and go a little bit deeper with what I share with everybody on my social media or on this podcast and stuff. And so I didn't just buy a new truck this weekend to show off or whatever. Getting this vehicle and getting that race program together. A lot of wins for a lot of reasons, but the biggest one that like kind of tugs at my heart is that. So anyways, little introduction, a few exciting things in my life. Hopefully I nail one of these promotions. I'm excited to start racing. I'll be sharing that content with you as well. For those of you that are interested, making gains, making steady progress in the gym, haven't missed a workout. My logbook has been steadily improving. My eating could be better, to be honest. I've been lazy there. I've gotten this habit the last few years of if I'm not hungry, I don't eat. And so to try and force the calories down right now, it sucks. I don't like doing it. But I'm making sure I'm getting enough protein and I'm doing my best. And the scale is trending upward. Strength is trending upward. So, I'm doing what I can and making progress. I'm heading back in the right direction. So speaking of bodybuilding, that's the thing I could talk about today. So let's get this going here. Let me actually minimize this thing. Let me share my screen with you. Actually, let me probably need to pull up what I'm doing first. There was some exciting news this past weekend with the Indy Pro. We talked about it last podcast with Blessing Awabadu making a lot of noise kind of leading into the show as his pro debut. And all right, let me see here. Let me get the screen sharing going and get you guys something to look at it. All right. So yeah, the Indy Pros this last weekend, and Blessing Awabadu, forgive me if I butchered his name. He made a lot of noise, kind of talked a lot of trash. It was pretty entertaining. I actually enjoyed it. I like to see a little arrogance, a little excitement, a little hype, a little controversy, going into this bodybuilding season. And this was going to be his debut, something that a lot of people have waited a while for, as well as, just general exciting things in bodybuilding, right? A new guy competing, kickoff of the season, a lot of stuff coming on, right? So anyways, let me scroll down here, go into the Flex Magazine Instagram page because they threw up some pictures for it. And there we are. And Blessing actually placed third. Here he is. And to be honest, he looked great. I think for a debut, it was an awesome showing. And I think he shows that he has a ton of potential. And obviously from what he talks, it appears that he has a ton of drive. So I could see him being a major threat to win some shows. Now, he didn't win this one, obviously. And is he going to steamroll the New York Pro? I doubt it. But, you never know. I think he was a little flat prejudging. That's probably what this picture is here too. But looking at, kind of breaking down his physique and assessing him, he needs more quads from the front. That'll be probably one of the biggest things he has to do. And then overall, just kind of thicken up his physique. I mean, there's some big guys in this division, right? So he's going to have to do more before he could truly steamroll him like I know he wants to. But he has some really good aesthetics. He actually poses pretty well. He showed up in condition, which is great. It just needs that polish, right? It needs that time, muscle maturity, and size that comes with it. So the biggest surprise for me actually was, let me pull it up here, was actually Muhammad El Imam, this guy right here. He ended up getting second place and was really battling for the win. And I personally hadn't really known much about him leading into this. So to see a new guy kind of show up on the scene like that and make some noise is pretty exciting. He looks great, very complete, very conditioned, full. He's got plenty of muscle. Some people probably could make the case for him winning. However, Justin Rodriguez took the show, and I think rightfully so. I get some real strong Victor Martinez vibes from his front double bicep. Yeah, I don't think he's as good as Victor is. Maybe with time he could be, but it's another thing that's great to see, because if you're a bodybuilding fan, you know about him and you've kind of followed his career, especially the last couple of years. So to see him get the win here, he's got his Olympia qualification, and I know he's going right into the New York Pro this coming weekend as obviously probably one of the favorites to win coming off of a win like this. There's more of Justin here. It's probably his best look from what I've seen. He's bigger, fuller, in pretty good condition. I think that I think he's probably just going to bring the same look to the New York Pro. Maybe he can get a little bit sharper. I don't know. I mean, he's in pretty damn good condition here, but a lot of muscle, pretty tiny waist. He's not really lacking any body parts. Good balance. So definitely a well-deserved win for him. Another guy that I want to shout out is Dorian Haywood, just because he works with Dave Kalick, who's a friend of mine, and the whole Physique Inc. crew with Stan McQuay. So always got to show those guys love. And I think Dorian looked great. He ended up placing fourth here, and could have made an argument. He would be battling with Blessing, right, and see if maybe he could have got that third spot. Not sure. I think that he comes in crazy shape, crazy condition. And he looks great here. I mean, look at how dry he is there, in his obliques. Maybe he could have been a tad sharper. That's what knocked him. But a fourth place showing is nothing to balk at, especially with the lineup like this. It was pretty solid. I mean, it wasn't an Arnold lineup. It wasn't a massive, a big show, but I'd be proud of that placing. And I know both he and Dave know what they're doing. So pretty sure I haven't talked to Dave, and I haven't actually followed up on the social media here. So I don't know if he's doing New York Pro this coming weekend, but I'd be surprised if he wasn't. So I think that we'd probably even see an improved version of him this coming weekend in New York. So yeah, some exciting stuff. We got bodybuilding, on the way. It's more shows coming up, a lot more exciting things. There was a really deep 212 class, but to be honest, I don't know enough about these guys to talk about it on a podcast. I'll admit it. As much as I'm a fan of bodybuilding, I just haven't looked too heavy into it. My favorite, though, going into the show is actually John Jewett. I really like his physique, and I love that he gets just peeled. Like, I'm a conditioning guy for sure. So anybody that gets shredded, I'm always rooting for them. But he placed third, and probably rightfully so. I haven't really analyzed the pictures in full detail, but the top 5 guys and even maybe more look great in this division. Really exciting things for the 212 class. But here's your winner here, Tony O'Burton. I'll just let you view the picture, give your own assessment to him, because like I said, I don't know enough about it to really justify giving too much of a podcast on this. So, all right, stop the share there. So yeah, I'm trying to roll with this solo cast. I need to actually, after this, shave and give myself a haircut and take a shower, because it's been a few days. When you have a kid, it's kind of things like that happen. But I wanted to give you guys something to tune into and to listen to and to keep this consistent. I've been working my ass off trying to get a website going. For those of you guys that follow me on Instagram or tune into the Facebook group that we have, you probably see me post about it. But I'm really excited for this, really thrilled. It's going to be a place where, the predominant reason I want to have it is, I guess there's multiple reasons, but is to really build out the blog section or article section on there. Some of I've been sharing articles on Medium, and it's a great platform if you don't have a website, right? And you just want to share some articles and kind of build up your own Medium profile. It's kind of supposed to be like the YouTube for writers, right? But I haven't really gained any views or anybody reading my stuff that aren't people that already follow me on social media. And Medium actually has a membership program. So if you don't access my articles through a friends link, they're going to actually try and charge you for that. So I didn't really like that. I don't like the idea of building a ton of content, posting it on their platform for them to kind of own more or less, because if their platform goes away or whatever, so does your content. I would rather have my own site where I'm just building a database of information where I can do my thing, where I read studies and articles and find different random stuff about supplements and nutrition and training programs and everything else that evolves around the whole world of bodybuilding. It gives me a place to where I can organize all of my thoughts and share that with you. And all my articles are obviously going to be free. Going to be something that is going to be able to hopefully help you, give you little tips and tricks and a way for me to take all of this information that I've been absorbing for years and just kind of shoot it out to you. I'd love to be able to do that with a YouTube video like every day or something, but the truth is it's just a ton of work. And between having a career, my own personal goals, and a family, I'm limited in my capacity to do that. But I'm committed to you because I'm here talking to myself on this podcast, trying to make some content for you. This website, I'm hoping, will launch next week, if not the week after. Really the end of the month is the, like, it has to be done by then, but obviously to get it up and running as soon as possible is the goal. So I'm going to have that article section on there. I've also completed my first ebook, which is going to be a program I call Building the Foundation, which is great for anybody of all skill levels. I kind of wanted to write one with that in mind so that beginners and advanced people can use it alike. It's a progressive program, so it's going to be something that will make you stronger. It's focused on building muscle mass. But more importantly, something I don't see a lot of people talk about is the program is designed to help improve your weightlifting endurance as well, because a lot of people are training to failure, but the truth is they're not actually reaching a true muscle failure. They have the ability to perform at a higher level with either a heavier weight or get more reps, but they don't have the cardio for it. They don't have the weightlifting endurance to be able to truly push themselves that far. So that was a big part of my program that I think kind of makes it a little more unique compared to everything else that's out there. So yeah, I'll have an ebook up on the site. It'll be for sale, something that you can follow. And obviously you can reach out to me with any questions. I'll help explain it better for you if you need it, to kind of give you something to give you some guidance. And if you're looking for a new program to follow, I'll have one soon. We got Mason texting me. Maybe he's, man, can't tonight, but he's free tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a bonus episode. We'll see. All right. Back to the website. Got articles, got ebooks, and then merch. I'm working on some merchandise as well. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm not trying to build another fitness brand. There's already a bunch of those. But for the people that really identify with what we are here at Body Geeks, right? I wanted to have something where you can represent, and something to kind of spread the culture and the vibe that we're trying to produce here. So one of the things I want to do with that is everything will be limited, meaning I'm going to come out with some designs. They're going to be up on the website, but when they're done, they're done. And that's what I've done with a couple shirts that I've sold in the past. And I think people really like that because, if you get a shirt, there's not going to be a million of them running around. You're going to have something that's somewhat unique. And I appreciate that whenever I buy clothes. And I like knowing that I have some stuff that, maybe is more unique, something that you're not going to see all the time. And, as a geek, I've never been one to go with the trends, to go with the flow, and to do what everybody else is doing. It's just not my style. I'd rather be out of style and be wearing something that represents me, that's just owning who I am as a person and what I stand for. So I'm trying to reflect that into the merchandise we're going to have. Is that, something you can wear, something that's going to be different. It's not going to be just another generic, trendy fitness item, So yeah. And then lastly, I will have some more information up there about me and my coaching services. I am currently accepting clients if any of you are interested. I don't have a whole lot of spaces. I usually maintain between 10 and 15 clients, and majority of them are competitors getting ready for shows. And that's kind of the niche that I try and fill. However, if you're somebody who's serious, that wants to learn more than anything, that's the type of person I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that ask questions. I'm looking for people that want to find more of a mentor to help them learn and improve not only their physique, but their weightlifting knowledge as well, and their bodybuilding knowledge. So yeah, if you're interested, I have 12 clients right now. So I have 3 spots available. 15 is my cap. Anything beyond that, I feel like my quality of service would suffer because there's too many people that I'm coaching. So just know that if you're interested, I'm not one of those people that's going to take on 1,000 clients and just treat you like you're just another number. If you do end up working with me, I'm going to give you my attention, and we're going to try and do something great and see how far we can take your physique and make you better overall. So yeah, that's about all I got for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. If you stuck with me this far, I appreciate it. Plenty more to come. That's one thing I wanted to say is I actually have some guests lined up for this podcast already, even though we're on our 5th episode and we've barely figured out how to get our mics to work and everything else. I'm pumped for that, because having some guests on, people that compete, people that do powerlifting and bodybuilding and everything else, and be able to ask questions, engage in those conversations, I think that makes the best content. And I think that's really what I'm built for. This whole talk to yourself thing, to do Instagram stories and stuff, I'm not very good at it. I'm not narcissistic enough. I don't think I'm that interesting. I think I have something of value to offer, but I'm not an entertainer. So to have people on that I can talk to, I think that would provide some better content. So that should be coming by the end of the month. We'll for sure have at least 1 to 2 guests on these episodes. And I'm pumped for that. Some of them I'm actually planning on trying to get a little more in depth into being a fan of bodybuilding, to have, maybe a few people on and kind of have a roundtable where we can do some, physique breakdowns and contest breakdowns, like, the Indy Pro, New York Pro coming up, stuff like that, where we can actually enjoy being fans of bodybuilding and share that with you. So if you like bodybuilding, I think you'll really enjoy those episodes, because make it feel like you're hanging out with us and we're just talking shop, So anyways, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, you're watching Body Geeks.